Hello, Leo, and welcome to your spirit reading on finances. Yep, we're talking about money today, Leo. Money, money, money. There's something going on in your financial life that's got you a little bummed, a little frustrated, a little annoyed. You know, that kind of feeling is what I'm getting for you. So we're going to talk about it right now. Okay, see what we got. Just looking at all the cards that came out. Oh, okay. Interesting. The first thing we want to talk about is the reason why you're in the position you're in, right? So what got you here? Whatever the thing is that's kind of, playing on your mind right now, how did you get where you are? And the card that came out for this is Five of Pentacles. So this is this is a card of lack, okay? But it's also a card of change. And it's around the material world, quite often finances. It feels to me like maybe it's the kind of energy like you made an investment and it lost money. Trust me, I just did that. Like, oh my God, my RSP fucking tanked. But, it is what it is. And hopefully it goes back up. But it's a situation where you've lost money on something and you're like, oh man, the value of something has decreased or whatever. And it's due to a change, right? So it would be like you own a piece of real estate, like you have a rental property. That's what I'm looking at. You have a rental property, you were thinking about selling it, and then the market took a downturn. And you're like, oh fuck, I expected I would get an extra $20,000 or $50,000 if I sold the house. Well, now can't do that because the value's gone down and am I going to get what I need? It's that kind of shit, right? So something in value has decreased and this is what's on your mind. So the next question is, okay, how can you get past this? How can you fix it? How can you overcome with it? How can you deal with it? What are we going to do with this situation? And we have the Six of Cups. This is a card of nostalgia, okay? It's also a card of perseverance. What I'm seeing is it's twofold meaning. One, pull up your bootstraps and remember you're going to get through it. I made the analogy of like a financial investment, RRSPs. It's a government program for Canadians to build their wealth, like for retirement, right? And it's commodities of some sort driven, right? And those go up and down all the time. But the point is, even if it looks like shit now, as long as you're not about to retire, but if it looks like shit now and you're not retiring for another 10 years, it's okay. It's long term and you expect to see that, right? So the perseverance piece is, it'll come back. Like things will probably get better. But the other part of this, because it's a nostalgia card, I want you to look back and see where you might have been in a similar position. Or like I was talking about the house, right? You own a rental property and the value's gone down. Okay. Look back at market trends in the last 10 years or 20 years or 50 years, 100 years, and see if there's a trend where you might see that the value is going to go back up. It's looking back to find a way to get through what you're going through right now. It's looking in the past. Look at history and you're going to find something that's going to help you. It's either going to help you actually fix the situation or help ease your mind in that, oh, I'm okay with what this is now. I understand what's happening and that it's going to be a long-term thing and I'm okay with that. It's just having that reassurance, right? So then we're going to look at, okay, we know what you can do to get past all of this, but what else can you do to help the situation, right? And what we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting. It's almost let nature take its course. I think the point of this card is you need to realize that what's going on in this situation, most of it, maybe not all of it, but a big part of it is out of your control. Like the stock market, you have no control over how the stock market works or performs or whatever, right? So there's going to be a lot that you can't control there, but what you can control, because this is an analogy, is what stocks you own, right? So find some of them that, if you have like pretending you own stocks, right? So you have some that did really well, so the value's high, and you have a bunch that tanked, so they're shit, right? Well, the high value ones, sell them and buy some different low value ones and watch the value go back up. So it's understanding what is within your control and what is beyond your control and how you can work with both of them, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Which flows into the next card, which is, okay, where could you get tripped up? What is something that could hinder, something to avoid or whatever? And we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of balance, okay? And remember, I was saying with the Wheel of Fortune, you want to find a way to manage what you can control and just monitor or whatever what you can't control. That's the balance. I think if you try too hard to control the situation, and kind of, how do I put this? Like force things to work in your favor, I don't think it's going to work. It's like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for this, but it's the kind of thing where, and this has come up a lot for everybody in this reading, in these finance readings, is let things unfold organically. Focus on what you can and let the rest go. Have your finger on the pulse, but don't try and make them equal, right? So it would be like, okay, well, I have control over this asset and I don't over this one. So let me see if I can try to manipulate this one to work the way this one does. That's not going to work. Whatever you're trying to do, might try to do, isn't going to translate properly. So you're just going to frustrate yourself, basically. The balance that you have as your vision right now, I'm not talking future vision, but right now you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And then that'll work the way this does. It's not going to work. So just be careful when you're thinking and planning about what to do this. I'm like, when I'm saying let things unfold, doesn't mean don't do anything, but just be mindful of the situation and what you can control and what you can't. Don't try to manipulate the thing you can't control into being like the thing you can control, because it doesn't work, right? That's what this card is saying. Then the potential outcome, we have the Knight of Cups. What this is saying to me is, if you let things kind of do their thing or whatever, remember how I said look to the past to try and work on what you do have control over, I think you're going to feel a lot better, especially if you don't try to force things like I was just talking about. I think you'll feel okay moving forward. You're going to feel much better, and you might even take this, whatever this is, what you have control of, you might even take it in a new direction. You might actually go somewhere else with this, right? So like I said, selling the high value, like well-performing stocks and putting into lower ones, and all of a sudden they start going up, right? So you've taken control of the situation where you can do something about it, and it actually goes well. The other piece that you have no control over, leave it. Let it go, because there's nothing you can do about it anyway. Like I said, just keep your finger on the pulse, but don't try to manipulate it, because that will make you crazy. So now we're gonna get a message from Spirit. Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Let things unfold as they need to. That's exactly what this is saying. So there's also a little bit baked in here that's saying, oh, I'm gonna fuck this up, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. All you need to do is take the first step. The next steps will be shown to you as you show that progression. So this is around what you can control, right? And the rest of it is, it's a mystery, right? What you can't control, keep your finger on the pulse, watch it, monitor, and let it go. That's all you can do. And the more you let go, I think the easier things will flow. I'm a poet and didn't know it. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what it's all about. Let me know how things go. And yeah, we're going to leave it there. So until next time, much love and light, health and wellness, peace and prosperity. Take care, Leo. Bye.